Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share my 2015 favorite beauty products. I feel like in 2015, that was the year where I tried the most beauty products ever. So I went to a lot of makeup shows last year. I also was able to collaborate with some different makeup companies. So I was able to review and try different products. I also kind of researched a lot more to see like what products were out there that I really wanted to try. So I feel like last year I tried just so many different things, and I kind of gathered throughout the year all these amazing products that I kind of grabbed for my everyday makeup routines and also in all my beauty tutorials. So those are the products that I'm going to share in this video. So just warning you, this might be a long video. I have my cozies on and I have a glass of wine with me, so I definitely encourage you guys to get some snacks, maybe a glass of wine, and sit back so we could just talk about my favorites of 2015. I'm not going to go into tons of detail with every single product that I have to share because I do have a lot. But this is just kind of a review of all my favorites. So I'm just going to start from the beginning with skincare and then go all the way to the end to like complexion products. Let's start from the very beginning, and that is skincare. So I can't live without my skincare. That is my tool or product that I use to take care of my canvas, which is my face. So I like to use an eye cream. I think an eye cream is super important. So the one that I love and will continue to use until there's something better out there, that is the Renew and Hydrate eye cream from bareMinerals. It really helps hydrate my eyes. You guys know I have the driest eyelids ever, and it's just something that I've been trying to take care of for a really long time. And sometimes I have days, or you might see my video, where I have dry patches, which it just sucks. Especially as a makeup artist, and my eye is basically in the camera all the time doing makeup tutorials. So eye cream is very important to me. So if you're looking for an eye cream that helps, you know, more for preventative reasons when it comes to wrinkles and stuff, then use this one, and also this will help hydrate. I love the consistency of this guy. So I use two different moisturizers, one the first half of the year and one the second half, because I try to get through my moisturizers before I go out and buy new ones. So the first one, I don't even have a full-size bottle of it because I did run out, and I actually am using something that I absolutely love now, but I will go into that in a totally different video. But this is what I used in the beginning of the year. My skin was dry, really dry in the beginning of the year, so I used the Purely Nourishing Moisturizer from bareMinerals in Normal to Dry. I have used this guy for a couple years now, and it has been definitely a favorite of mine. I wish I had the big bottle to show for you guys, but this is all I have. I just love that it's a nice hydrating consistency. It's not too thick. It's a great kind of lotiony texture, so it's definitely a fave. The second one that I use the second half of the year is from Pacifica, and I've used it so much, like all the writing has come off of this bottle, but this is the Dreamy Youth Day and Night Facial Cream. I really like the scent of this. It's very kind of earthy, and it smells really kind of refreshing. I don't like a lot of fruity scents on my face when it comes to my skincare, so this has definitely helped me throughout the year to keep my skin hydrated and prepped before I put any primer or makeup on. Okay, let's talk about face primers. There is one face primer that I have been using consistently. This is probably the longest I've actually used a face primer, and it's from the drugstore, which is pretty awesome. This is the Maybelline Master Prime primer, and this is the Blur and Illuminate one. This has like a pink kind of pearlescent finish, and I love using this. It's kind of like a lotiony texture. It's not like a silicone texture, so it really makes me feel like my foundation is sticking, and I just really love the kind of pink pearlescent glow that it gives to my skin before I put makeup on, and it kind of comes through my foundation. And a lot of people ask, what's that glow that you have? I swear it's this primer. This primer is the best, and the fact that it's at a drugstore, it's really easy to find, and hands down love it. And I'm actually out of it. I have to go get some more soon. It was really, really hard for me to pick just one favorite foundation, so I have three to share because I kind of went back and forth between these three the most. So the first one is my numero uno favorite foundation ever, and that's from bareMinerals. This is the Ready foundation, and it's in the color R330 or Golden Tan. This is kind of my everyday go-to foundation because it gives me the coverage that I want. I don't feel cakey. I don't feel like I have a thick layer of foundation on my face, and I just love the finish of it. And I think mostly just the wear of it. It just definitely lasts a long time throughout the day, and I would be lost without this bareMinerals foundation. I haven't been a huge liquid foundation wearer for a while, but I do like to wear a liquid if I am filming or I want a full coverage, that flawless kind of complexion look on my face. So the one that I was introduced to early last year was Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's a gorgeous foundation. I feel like it gives the prettiest glow to the skin. I love the color and the coverage that it gives. I use the color Sand, and I think this is probably one of the best liquid foundations out right now. I absolutely love it. Sometimes I just don't want to glow to my skin and I like more of a matte finish, and it just depends kind of what look I'm going for when I'm doing my makeup. So if I am looking for a matte finish, I love this foundation. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I love this guy. I have used it quite a bit in some of my tutorials throughout the year. And if I'm looking for that matte finish, this is definitely my go-to, and I love that it's at a drugstore. So it's really easy to find. The color selection's huge, so you could definitely find your shade, and the finish of it is awesome. Okay, picking that one concealer was just way too hard for me. So again, I had to narrow it down to 3 concealers that I used throughout the year, and each one I used in a different way. So the first one is from bareMinerals. This is the Correcting Concealer. I use the color Medium 2. And this is kind of my go-to for any zits or pimples or scars if I'm having a breakout in that time of the month, you know what I mean? So this gives me the best coverage. It also has the lemon peel extract, which reduces dark pigmentation over time because with my skin tone, I scar really easily. So this is kind of my handy go-to guy for that. I definitely fell in love with liquid concealers this year, and I didn't think I would, but the first one is the NakedSkin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This one was amazing when it came out. It still is amazing. I kind of switched back and forth between my concealers. The color that I use is medium light, and I loved using this to highlight or conceal any areas on my face, but mostly used it to highlight areas on my face. So under the eyes, T-zone, anything like that. And I just really loved the consistency and the way it brightened my skin. If I had to pick one concealer and I was stranded on a deserted island, then I would definitely pick the bareMinerals BareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I was so excited when they launched this because this is just my go-to concealer right now. It's just, the consistency is so amazing. I love putting it underneath my eye area. It just helps brighten, and it's also great to use around the face if I want to highlight certain areas on my face. And I don't know, this is just such a great product that bareMinerals came out with. It's probably one of my favorites that I wear with my Ready foundation. Like, this is my go-to concealer right now. I'll never leave my house without bronzer. I feel like bronzer just really adds a lot of color and adds more structure to my face, so bronzer is definitely a go-to. I'm not really picky with my bronzers. I just kind of use whatever, but I feel like the ones that I grabbed the most. These are such a hot mess, and they're both broken. They look awful, so I apologize, but these are the BUXOM Hot Escapes bronzers. One is in Tahiti, which is going to be more of a golden tone. Like I said, they're broken. So this is what it looks like. I grabbed this a lot if I wanted more of a golden, warmer bronzer. I loved this one, and it smells like super tropical. It has like this awesome scent to it. And then there's also Maldives, which is this one. It's a little bit darker, and during the summer when I had a little bit more color, I loved using this. But I think just the color and the consistency and the smell, these bronzers were my go-to. Another bronzer that I really like that I've kind of used towards the second half of the year is from Cargo. And this is the Swimmables Water Resistant Bronzer, and it's kind of that happy medium between like a really warm bronzer and a golden bronzer. I love this one. It's not too much, but just gives enough color, and the fact that it's water resistant is awesome. And the packaging of this in the cute like tin can is so cute. So this is another favorite bronzer of mine from this year. Okay, so when it comes to blush, I'm not like a huge blush wearer. I rather just wear kind of like a bronzy colored tone for blush, but I did gravitate to 2 blushes that I wore pretty much the whole entire year. And the number one blush is the Bellissimo Bronze from Milani Cosmetics. This is the baked powder brush, and I absolutely love this color. I still use it like almost every single day. This is my favorite, and I just love the finish and the pretty like sheen it gives on the cheeks. The other one that I used a lot if I wanted just a little bit more color, instead of like a bronzy tone, was the Luminoso. This is another baked bronze blush, and it's more of a peachy tone. So I really like this one if I wanted something softer, but it had a little color to it and not so brown. But I love these blushes, and again, you can find them at the drugstore. So this was definitely the year for highlighters. I feel like everyone was into like strobing and just having the brightest highlight you could possibly have. And everyone had some highlight game going on, especially the companies who made all the highlighters. There was so many out there. It was kind of overwhelming. There's quite a few highlighters that I did not get my hands on this year, and I still really like think about them in the back of my mind and just want them, but it's my mission to get them this year. But anyway, the ones I did use a lot, there's a couple because I just can't pick one highlighter. That's impossible. So the first couple ones are from OFRA, and they teamed up with Dupe that. So this one is more of a pinker tone, and this one is called You Glow Girl, and it's super amazing and gorgeous. The second one, it's just going to be more of like a peachy tone. This is also from OFRA, and this is the You Do You. Is it the You Do You? Yeah, You Do You, and I think it's another amazing highlighter. It just makes your highlight game. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And the next 2 are from Loreal, and I know a lot of people out there use this highlighter. This one is the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator, and this is a favorite of mine, and this one is called Gilded Honey. It's a beautiful golden highlighter. It looks amazing by itself, like just dry, or you can actually spray your brush with some Fix Plus from MAC and make your highlighter on fleek, pretty much. The other one that they have, if you want more of a pinker tone, which is another cool one, was Ballerina, and that is just as good. And the last one is also from L'Oreal, and this is actually a duo. So this is the Baked Highlighter Duo in French Vanilla and Portofino, and I'm pretty sure this one's Portofino. This one is amazing, and I don't know, it's kind of like a champagne highlighter, so I use this a lot if I really wanted a bright highlight. Everyone was really into baking this year, and I think everyone talked about the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. I'm so glad that I picked this up for myself because I love using this to set my liquid and cream concealers under my eye or anywhere on the face. I don't know, I think the finish of it is awesome. It doesn't look too white, it doesn't look cakey or heavy. It just makes everything set and last so long. So that's all I really have to say about that. It's such a great setting powder. It is on the pricey side, but it's totally worth it. Okay, moving on to eye products. So I went back and forth between a lot of different eye primers out there, and I do have a couple favorites. The first one is from OFRA. This is their, I think it's like their cream gel eye primer. I use this a lot. This one's pretty much donezo, but that one works really well. The next one a lot of people know about is from Too Faced. This is their Shadow Insurance, and another great one. And a newer one that I've been using is the Bravon Magnetic Eye Primer. I feel like this one has a little bit of color, so it helps cancel out any redness or discoloration I have on my lids, especially when my lids are dry and irritated. This really helps smooth everything out. But all 3 of these primers just make everything last longer and prevent creasing. The other one that I probably use the most of throughout the year, which I'm currently out of, is the bareMinerals eye primer. It's just the original one, and that's probably my favorite one out of all time, but unfortunately I'm out of it. That's why I'm kind of branching off to some other eye primers. So it's absolutely impossible for me to pick one eyeshadow brand to be my favorite for 2015. I have quite a few because there were so many amazing eyeshadows that I used last year, and I couldn't pick. So the first one is going to be ColourPop. I feel like this is probably the new up and coming, well, it's not really up and coming. I feel like it's completely blown up, but the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows are just amazing. They're super pigmented. The consistency is so different and unique. It's kind of like a spongy cream consistency. I love these shadows and they're just an awesome formula. Next, I have used for a couple years now, and it's definitely been in a lot of my makeup tutorials, and that is the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I have so many of these shadows. There's so many more I want to get, but just really haven't had the chance. I feel kind of guilty buying more because I have so many already. But the Makeup Geek shadows, they're super pigmented. The consistency is amazing. They're very buttery, and I just love the shadows that she has. Like the color selection's amazing. So BUXOM definitely stepped up their game and created some amazing, amazing shadows, probably some of my favorite shadows ever. And like their customizable palettes that they have now at Sephora are just to die for. There's so many more shadows that I want to get from them, but their pigmentation of these shadows are amazing, and I just love that you can actually customize your palette and pick the colors that you want, because sometimes there's palettes that are already made and there's a lot of colors you just don't like in a palette. So you can actually make your own, and for 40 bucks you get 6 shadows, which I think is amazing. So BUXOM like came through and created some really awesome shadows. Kat Von D probably had some of the most amazing shadows ever, and when she came out with the Shade Light palette in 2015, I died pretty much. Like, this screams me. Everything about this palette is just gorgeous and amazing, and they're all matte except for I think one, but I love this palette. So Kat Von D for sure, she always has like the best shadows. They're just super like buttery and creamy, and her matte shadows are amazing. Her shimmery shadows, I like them, but her matte shadows are by far like some of the best matte shadows out there. Okay, so my favorite palette of all time that came out in 2015 has to go to Too Faced. Like, their chocolate bar palettes are amazing, and like these two, like the very first two ones, are kind of like my go-to. The consistency of these are like to die for. Like, if I had to pick one shadow or one palette to live with for the rest of my life, it would be kind of hard. It would probably be between like Too Faced or the Kat Von D, but I'd probably pick Too Faced. Like, these shadows are just unreal, like so unreal, and I can't wait to see what other stuff they'll come out with in 2016, but just the presentation that Too Faced does with their palettes, and oh my gosh, that chocolatey smell is just heaven. Let's talk about some eyeliners. So I've discovered quite a few new like eyeliners in 2015, and usually I'm terrible at doing eyeliner, especially liquid eyeliner, but I came across the NYX Matte Liquid Liner and I absolutely love it. I've been using this every day, and it's really easy to apply, and I love the matte finish that it gives, and it's super, super dark. The only downer about this one is that it doesn't last a long time. Like, sometimes I see it flake throughout the day and just goes away, especially if I'm having a day where my eyes are watering. I wish this was going to be more waterproof, but I absolutely love this liner. And then when it comes to eyeliner pencils, hands down, LA Girl makes the best eyeliner pencils out there. Like, the formula is so creamy, and they just glide on your lid and your waterline so easily, and they stay really, really long. So I gotta give it to LA Girl. They make some really great eyeliner pencils. I switch back and forth between mascaras, but the Flawless Definition bareMinerals mascara is probably my numero uno mascara, because you can definitely build up, you know, the thickness that you want, and the wand is just really, really nice, and it helps separate your lashes, doesn't get your lashes too thick and clumpy. The next one that is a popular one of 2015 is Better Than Sex Too Faced Mascara. That one's great for making your lashes like super thick and huge. And then the L'Oreal Glam Lash Mascara is also a great one to really build up your lashes. But let's be real, I wear falsies all the time, so it's all about the falsies. The most worn pair of falsies that I wore in 2015 was definitely the Cocoa Lashes in the style Foxy. Like, these are my go-to lashes. I've been trying to switch it up lately, but these by far, just Cocoa Lashes in general, I think are the best, like, best brand of eyelashes out there. I haven't tried a lot, but if I find one that I love so much, then why try other ones, I guess, unless I have the opportunity. But I'm for sure a Cocoa Lash fan. I've been a fan of theirs for like 5 years now, I think, 4 or 5 years. And yeah, if you haven't looked up Cocoa Lashes, you need to, because you're missing out on life. Okay, brow products. Like, I have to have my brows on at all times. I just feel like it helps complete the look. If I don't have brows on, then there's no point in putting any makeup on. So the ones that I've been using a lot lately, my number one is Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. This stuff, it lasts so long. It's like waterproof. It just sticks to your brows like no other. And I like this one because it actually helps lighten my brows. And it works really well during summertime when I kind of go lighter with my hair. So this is kind of my number one go-to brow product. The next one that I've been using lately is the brow pomade. I think that's how you say it. The Dip Brow from Anastasia in the color Chocolate. I've been loving this one. I've been making my brows a little bit darker lately, and I love this color with my hair color now. And if I'm using a pencil, I am in love with the new It Cosmetics Brow Power Super Skinny Brow Pencils. I love that they came out with new shades. So the ones that I go to the most for sure is the Universal Taupe. And now, since I've been going darker, I've been using the Universal Medium Brown. They're really easy to apply. They look very natural. And I love that there is a spoolie on the end, so you can kind of comb everything through and blend everything out. Great pencils. I have a couple lip pencils that I am in love with, and when it comes to nude lips, there's only one lip pencil that I will use, and that's Stripped Down Lip Pencil from MAC. This is my go-to all-time favorite nude lip pencil, like ever, hands down. The next one is from LA Girl, and this is the Endless Semi-Permanent Auto Lip Liner. I have another color, but I can't find it. I kind of want to get more of these because I love the consistency. They're super creamy and very, very easy to apply, and they have some amazing colors for those darker, bolder lips. I feel like this was the year for those liquid lipsticks. I felt like every single brand out there came out with liquid lipsticks, and they're still coming out with some liquid, I can't even say that, liquid lipsticks. So there is quite a few that I absolutely love because I love wearing dark, vampy liquid lipsticks. So number one, by far, like the best liquid lipstick formula out there, it goes to Jeffree Star. Hands down, he makes the best liquid lipsticks ever. There's so many more I want to get, but I have to be on a budget. But I have quite a few. I have 6 or 7, I think I'm missing one, of his liquid lipsticks, and they're just to die for. Like, my favorite one is probably Unicorn Blood. Like, I absolutely love this color. It comes off a little bit darker on lips, but it's such a gorgeous, like, red brown, and I know he's just expanding like this year, so I'm super excited to see what he's going to come out with. The next liquid lipsticks that I absolutely love are, of course, from OFRA, and they came out some amazing colors towards the end of the year, so here are a couple of my favorites, just to name a few. Queens, there is the Kathleen Lights Havana Nights, Kathleen Lights Miami Fever, Americano is a great one that I love, and there's Mina and Brooklyn, which is going to be that dark, rich Kylie Jenner brown. The other liquid lipstick formula that I can't live without is the Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks. Like, these are amazing. I am wearing one of them right now, and this is Exorcism, and it's just gorge. The other nude that I love is Bow and Arrow, and Vampira, hands down, is probably one of my favorites out there. Absolutely love it. So I definitely want to get more of these. Like, I want to get my hands on almost all of them because the colors that she comes out with are just so amazing. And some other lipsticks that I really like. There's 2 brands that I love when it comes, actually I lied, 3 brands that I love. The formulas are awesome. The first one is from ColourPop. They have their lippy sticks. I use these a lot at the beginning of the year, and I absolutely love them. I love the formula. I know they came out with some liquid lipsticks, but I've heard kind of some negative things about them, so I haven't purchased them myself. But I'm definitely a fan of their lippy sticks. The formulas are great. They have tons of different finishes, and I just love the packaging of them. The other 2 lipstick lines that I love, LA Girl Matte Flat Velvet lipsticks. These are awesome. I love the formulas of them and the colors that they have and the color payoff. So I really, really love these. And I love the fact they're matte, but they're not drying at all. So definitely a fan of those. Another one is kind of like an up and coming lipstick line that I discovered at, where did I discover it? The makeup show. Okay, so I discovered it at the makeup show in San Francisco. They were having like a pop-up makeup show. And I discovered Glow Girl, which is a Bay Area lipstick makeup line. And the gal there, the owner, is so sweet and amazing. And she came out with these really awesome lipsticks. And I think what stood out the most with them was the names of them. I think the names are just, they're to die for. They're funny, they're hilarious, and they're just so badass. Also, just the pigmentation of these and the formula, they're super incredibly creamy. Like, I love these, and I feel like more people should know about them. So yeah, love them. She has a lot of really bright and unique colors. I kind of wish she had more of the you know, the dark vampy ones or some more nudes, but she has like the purples, the greens, the reds, like all the, like the blues, all the other kind of vibrant out there colors, but I think that's what makes her stand out, plus the names that she gives them. But anyway, great formula. Another favorite of mine in 2015. Okay, that was a lot of talking. But yeah, that's basically all of my favorites of 2015. I didn't go into a lot of other like body products or hair products, so if you want me to do like a 2015 favorites of those, then I can definitely do a separate video for you guys, but I didn't want this video to go on for like an hour. I know this video is long already, but anyway, so many great products that I discovered last year, and I will probably carry on to 2016, but I'm really excited to see what favorites or new products that'll come across this year. I have 2 makeup shows I'll be going to IMATS next weekend, and then I'll be going to Generation Beauty at the end of the month, so I hope to discover and find new products to use for the rest of this year and makeup tutorials for you guys. Anyway, please let me know what your favorites were down below, because I'd love to see them and hear what you were loving, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.